What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Team Fish Knuckles YouTube channel. So we're back from NAIC. Had a fun weekend there. It was great to see everybody. Had a lot of conversations, met a bunch of people, and talked about the YouTube channel, talked about Pokemon. Just a fun weekend of Pokemon in general. And this is the deck that we played for the tournament. Unfortunately, going 4-4-1, but there is a story behind this deck. And it all started at Ohio at the Full Grip Games, because at Full Grip Games, we played Flying Pikachu, and unfortunately we would lose to Hisuian Samurott. We would lose to Ice Rider. We would unfortunately lose to Palkia, even though we were playing Pikachu. Now, we only played against one Palkia, but even that one game, I was like, I don't want to play Pikachu anymore. It's not that good. Obviously, I was incorrect. But anyways, the deck that got second place was actually Ice Rider Palkia. Since then, I've kind of been testing Ice Rider Palkia a lot. The list was very different than what you see now. The list played Empoleon. It still played Palkia. It still played Greninja. It still played Crobat Lumineon. Those have always been like some of my favorite cards. Any deck that I've always played always likes to have a consistency. Like, let's find the Crobat, let's find Lumineons. But then Frank did top 32 at Milwaukee, I think that's what it was. I think he got 30th with his version of Palkia, or his version of Ice Rider, and he was talking, and he said his did not run Empoleon, and I was like, yo, that makes a lot of sense, because in my testing beforehand, we were already cutting, you know, we cut the Radiant Halucha for Greninja. I was already playing Margaritas and stuff like that, because with the Empoleon, I wasn't finding the one card I needed, right? You needed like 2 or 3 cards. And so that's why, you know, I was like, okay, so we're going to play Bibarel. Now, at the time, Frank did not post his list. And we built this list. It went through a lot of testing and stuff like that. But this is kind of the list we got to. It turned out later on that afternoon, Frank would post his list and would be very different. It would play like trekking shoes and Ditto VMAX and all these kind of things. But we kept with the list I was testing that day. We tested a bunch of games with this deck. I was having a bunch of success with it, and we built it to kind of beat the meta game too, as in with Empoleon V. Empoleon V has the Emperor's Eyes. As long as Pokemon your act spot, your opponent base Pokemon to play have no ability except for Pokemon with the rule box. Now, this is going to be really good against Miltank and against Regigigas. Now, don't get me wrong. I know people are going to go, but Squeaky, those decks play Path to the Peak, and I understand that. But the point of that is you let them take like the first knockout against, you know, the Ice Rider, right? Maybe not so against Bliss and Miltank. If the Miltank, they usually only play one Miltank and you're good to go, right? You just knock it out and you're just whatever. If you have the Peak, all right, if you have the Collapsed Stadium plus Empoleon, you can take a knockout. But against Regigigas, what you can do is you swing with Ice Rider, right? You do your Ice Rider thing, maybe take 2 knockouts with it. You know, you're set to get set up a little quicker with them. And then you can like go for Empoleon V plus Collapsed Stadium plus Roxanne. We're playing 2 Roxanne because this is more of a Ice Rider variant, but it is a 3-3 line and not like a 2-2 or anything. We are a heavy Ice Rider, but the plan against Regigigas was to, you know, Ice Rider goes, gets knocked out, whatever. You go Empoleon V, Emperor's Eyes, right? They can't use Regigigas anymore. Take a knockout plus Collapsed Stadium plus 2 cards. You're usually in an okay spot. They have to use a lot of resources to get to, like, take a knockout on Ice Rider usually. Now Regigigas could get set up very quickly and stuff like that. So that's pretty interesting, right? But outside of that, I think the matchups were pretty okay-ish. It turned out after playing, the worst matchup was probably still Palkia, unfortunately. That's probably the deck that gave me the most struggle. But if you limit the bench, you're good to go. Tool Scrapper's in there, of course, to get rid of the Tool Jam or stuff like that. So once again, it started like Ohio. We started testing a lot because we did have a Pikachu with Flying Pikachu and wanted to play something that could one-shot the format with RCS, knock out Palkia, stuff like that. And that's pretty cool. And then leading up, Frank made top day 2 with a very similar list, right? And then he would talk, say he didn't play Empoleon, so we started playing without Empoleon and stuff like that. But like I said, the deck is like, I think I tried to Empoleon doesn't get all the cards you need necessarily, because you need more cards, right? So we stopped playing that, started testing Bibarel, and just kind of played it since then. Talked a bunch with my Memphis testing group. Talked about the list. And yeah, this is kind of what we came up with. So if you're curious how the deck works, it uses Ice Calyrex VMAX. Max length is 10, and then you may discard 2 energies on Pokemon. If you do, the attack does 120 more damage. For each card, you discard it this way, so you can do 240 plus 10, 250. And then we are playing 3 belts, so you can hit that 280. You're trying to be super consistent, hit that 280 to knock out Palkias, to knock out RCS, the 2 big Pokemon in the format. You also have Ride of the Hiking. It does 10 plus 30 more damage for each of your opponent's bench Pokemon. This is really good. It does set up 2 shots, especially against like Mew and stuff. You can Ride of the Hiking to smack them and then smack them again for knockout. Usually it's hard for them to do 320, especially when you do play 2 paths at a peak. I kind of wanted the 3rd one, but we're playing just the 2. Yeah, that's Pokemon. Also, Pierce could be kind of good, like 40, and then plus like max lengths for 280s, 320. So that could take some knockouts. Or Kuro does kind of mess things up if that does come in play. You also still have Palkia VSTAR, which is just a really good attacker. Subspace sells at 60 plus 20 for each of your Pokemon, each of your opponent's bench Pokemon, or both for each of bench Pokemon, both yours and your opponent. Sorry. And then Star Portal is our main attack, our main VSTAR power. Like I said, what we're trying to do beforehand is use Palkia plus Ice Rider. That's always been the combination, because with this you can like max lengths, discard 2 energies. You get Palkia 2 energies back on this, smack somebody else, get 280. And you're good to go. Plus, like Boss Order or Roxanne, whatever you need, which is pretty cool. Also, like I said, it's a good attacker. Palkia V is not very good. Roll the region, search stadium, Hydro Break 200. Bibarel's in here to draw. You have 5 cards in your hand. I've always been a big fan of this. We played it in RCS decks. We played it since, Bibarel, Fly Pikachu. We played it in the Flying RCS Crush Hammer deck. Pretty good. Now, we did include Crobat and Lumineon. Crobat's good for Dark Asset draw. You have 6 cards in your hand, just really good to keep it consistent. And Lumineon V with that Lumineon sign. You don't play Empoleon in this list, so you can't really search out your one of supporter cards. But with Lumineon V, you can't do that. You can use a Lumineon sign. Also, turn 1, you can go for Lumineon sign into Irida, into Battle VIP Pass plus a Water Pokemon, and you're good to go. And then once you're set up, you can collapse and knock out, the Lumineon V if you don't need it. So that is the thing you can do. You can attack with it, but it's not very good. Empoleon V we already kind of talked about for Regigigas and the Miltank matchup. Also, Swirling Slice does 130, and you move Introduce Pokemon to one of your bench Pokemon. So one thing I did do sometimes is you would, start the Empoleon V. It happens, right? So you Palkia to Empoleon V, Swirling Slice 130, put energy on Ice Rider. They knock this out. You set up Ice Rider. Ice Rider can then Ride Out of Hiking, do 160, and then plus Choice Belt 180 plus 130, 310. You're taking knockouts. That's a pretty cool thing that you can do too, because you just set up energy on the bench. So that's also nice. And if they don't deal with the Empoleon V can swing again with Swirling Slice for 130 plus Choice 160 plus the 130. So you hit numbers there. So Empoleon V is actually a decent attacker. The only downside, it has 210 HP, so that's kind of low. And then Radiant Greninja, because you want to conceal cards or draw 2. You also do have the opportunity to Moonlight Shuriken do 90 damage to your opponent's Pokemon. This card is also the reason why I didn't play Inteleon anymore, because this one can pop to Drizzles, and we didn't want that to happen to us. So we didn't play that card anymore. The one Battle VIP Pass, we do play the 2 Irida, so you can read it for Battle VIP Pass plus the Water Pokemon, be good to go. 2 buckets to find your waters. We are playing 8. I want to make sure I hit the water energies every concern. 1 Evolution Incense, really good card. You mostly focus on Ultra Ball, so you can discard 2 and find your Pokemon. But Evolution Instance is just another Irida target. You can Irida for water, Evolution Instance for the Bibarel, be good to go, which is pretty cool. Marnie, once again, you can search this out with Lumineon if your hand is really bad. But your setup, you can Lumineon for Marnie to disrupt your opponent. If they haven't taken 3 prize cards just yet, so that is the thing you could do. The 3 Melony, we do have, like I said, I started to use the Star Portal, but Melony is going to be our main energy accelerator. Get energy from your discard pods when you Pokemon V. If you do, draw 3. That's pretty nice. Raihan, get energy from your discard pile. If a Pokemon's knocked out, get energy from your discard piles when you Pokemon. If you do, search for any card. Once again, you don't play the 1-ups, so it's kind of hard to hit, but I think it is worth it. If you don't play the Raihan, just play a 4th Melony. I think it could be really good still. And if you think that's too much energy acceleration, maybe that's 3rd path. Could be. Also, I didn't talk about this card. Hisuian Heavy Ball. We skipped a couple cards, actually. Why did I skip a couple cards? I have no idea. But Hisuian Heavy Ball. Search, look at your prize cards in front of base Pokemon. this is really good because you do play a bunch of basics like the Crobat, Lumineon, Radiant, Greninja, Empoleon, so that can find your Pokemon. And plus, you can see what's priced, which is like my favorite thing to do. Know what your price cards is. You don't have to memorize anymore. Heavy balls in your deck. Pal Pad to get back to supporter cards. Quick Ball, discard a card, find a basic. Ultra Ball, discard 2, find any Pokemon. And Tool Scrapper to get rid of those Tool Jammers. They are kind of annoying, especially in Palkia decks, because they, put a Tool Jammer on Palkia. Ice Rider only hits at 250 now, so that's kind of upsetting. Holucha doesn't hit for that because they are not VMAX, so that is a big thing. Holucha was in here, like I said, at one point to help against Mew, but it still wasn't taking knockouts because they would play like Oricorio. It's you would need like Leon plus Holucha plus Choice Belt, so it was a lot to hit, and it never worked, unfortunately. One Collapsed Stadium, so you can discard, your Pokemon, whatever, but also it's good against Gigas. We can go down to 4. It can help against Palkia as well, where you both have 4 Pokemon each. You discard Hurt Pokemon, so pretty good card. Path of Peak is very good because once you use Palkia VSTAR Star Portal, you can Path of Peak, and you're good to go. If they bump it for some reason, there's a couple turns where my opponent would bump my Path of Peak and take a knockout, and then I was able to like Crobat or Lumineon for what I need, which is pretty cool. Boss Order, Brave Pokemon Bitch Deactive, Irida, we talked about Marnie, we talked about Melony, we talked about Raihan, we talked about Roxanne is like favorite card in this deck because we are attacking with a VMAX, so they are going to take a 3 price card early. The game plan is to go to like Ice Rider, Calyrex, right? Start swinging, whatever. If you do have the game lined up with Ice Rider, you just keep swinging with it, whatever. But if you're in a pinch, you can go Ice Rider into Palkia into Ice Rider. So 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So they have to take 8 price cards. So that's something we could do. I do like that combo a lot. Yep. And then also what you could do too, if you get kind of lucky and don't have to bench like these other 2 price Pokemon, you can go 2-2 and then Ice Rider. Because if they knock out the Bibarel, who cares? So they 2-shot the Ice Rider, which could be something interesting. 2 Air Balloon. So your Bibarel's have free treat. Anybody else? I think everybody has like a 2 tree cost, right? Right. 2, 2, 1, 2. Yeah, everybody has 2. So that's good. Everybody's get free treat because Air Balloon. 3 Choice Belt. We don't want to miss the 280 and 8 Water Energy. So there we go. There's the evolution of the deck. Going into NAIC, we were testing a bunch of different decks. RC Hammers, Flying RCS, Ice Rider, and Ice Rider Bibarel. So those are 5 decks I was considering. So yeah, let's play some games with it. Yo, win since last set of 5. Yo, 24 games with it, man. Holy cow. We played a lot with the deck. We were testing a lot, having fun. I need to test Frank's Celeste out with like the shoes and stuff like that. Frank did make day 2. And while we're talking, we'll play some games and talk about the list and what I hit and all that kind of stuff. So, okay, opponents go first. Round 1 was Samurott. We beat that 2-0, I think. We were able to just abuse like Ice Rider VMAX, taking knockouts doing the 150 plus 60, and you can knock out the suited Samurott, which is pretty nice. Round 2 against Duraludon. Duraludon is another good matchup because you just like spam the VMAX over and over again. They really don't do too much damage, which is nice. And plus, like this can knock out, RCS, which is pretty cool. And Duraludon doesn't really, you 2-shot Duraludon, they can heal their damage, and then you go for another Ice Rider VMAX, and you're good to go. Mew has a very slow start right now, so let me think here real quick what we want to do here. Because soon he's 7 ball, get the turn 1. We'll go ahead and grab Ice Rider, so nothing too. I guess Empoleon V is somewhat, but we don't really care about that too much. We'll do this. We'll do this. We'll do this. I'm really like contemplating just like holding the hand. And just waiting. Cause like because I want to guarantee the Bibarel next turn. So rather just Pierce for 40. Yeah, that's fine. I guess. But Duraludon's a pretty good matchup because, like I said, they can't really do too much damage. Round 3 against Palkia and Teleon, we will lose that one. It was very close. I think it was like went to 3 games. Round 4 against RCS Charizard, which I think it's a good matchup, but of course Josh is a good player. He doesn't attack with Charizard. He did attack with the Radiant Heatran, which is definitely the game changer. I think game 3 Roxanne to hit the the Raideer, if I remember correctly. But very, very back and forth games. Pretty exciting. Round 5, Palkia Teleon, we got 0-2. We drew really, really bad, unfortunately. Round 6 was no-show. Round 7 was Palkia. We won. Round 8 was Mew. We would lose. That is somewhat of a scary matchup, I'm not going to lie to you. It's probably our hardest matchup, even with the double path to the peak. That's why I'm thinking playing the third one, because it is probably needed. In the round 9, we're playing against Mew. Went 1. We actually tied this round, so we went 4-4-1. If we would have continued to play, we would have won. My opponent did not have anything. I think it was like 1-6 or something. But at that point, who cares? You're 4-4-1. You're 4-4, so it doesn't really matter at that point. But that would be, unfortunately, a run. So Samurai win, Duraludon win, Palkia and Teleon lose, RC's Charizard lose, Palkia and Teleon lose. Went 2-2 or 3. Like I said, round 5 was probably my worst one. That was the only game we got 0-2'd, if I remember correctly. No. Round 8 we played against Mew. We also got 0-2'd. So unfortunately. Palkia, we 2'd that person, and Mew, we went 1-1-1. So, or went tie. So, yeah, there we go. So that was the games this weekend. We'll play some more with this deck. We'll probably do like 2 games with it showing off. Mew is doing Mew things right now. Like I said, this is probably one of our worst matchups. Looks like they did bring up my Palkia VSTAR, which kind of Palkia V, which kind of annoying because we know that Hisuian Heavy Ball it's got good old the Palkia the V there. There we go. I lost my train of thought, but he's seen a handball showed me that the Palkia V was prized. So if he takes a knockout, we're in trouble. I don't think they're going to take a knockout this turn. They need a lot. They don't know how many Future Strike systems they use. I think it's been 2. They also scooped up net, which means they probably do play Pumpkaboo if they play scoop up net, right? But no Meloetta. So they have to go for a cross Future Strike, which they do not. I mean, I don't know if they played the tablet this turn or last turn. Okay, so pass on our turn. Cool. All right, so okay, so we can go here, right? We can go. And go for Bibarel and draw 5. Hope to hit Lumineon. Irida. Yeah. So we'll do that. I'm also really sleepy too. I just got in last night like at 4 a.m. Or not 4 a.m. Like 11 a.m. Sorry. Alright, so we could do this. These 2. We can grab the Lumineon. Yeah. Well, Lumineon for Irida. It's kind of unfortunate. You usually don't want to use this for right now, but I think this is okay. We'll grab this. And we'll grab the Air Balloon. So they have 150. So we do float, this, retreat, star portal, a water to the active. Just the 1, unfortunately. But we can't path to the peak. Hold the choice belt because we can just like pretend like we don't have anything. And then we can max or high right at the High King for 1. Oh no, I had to attach this, unfortunately. Yeah. Right, because this is 140 with Oricorio. So I need to do this. And that will take a knockout. Alright, so take 2 prize cards. There's the boss order. And Empoleon V. Okay. Now, what we could do now is if they don't take a knockout, we could try to 2-shot the Genesects. They take a knockout, win the game. This lines up kind of well. So Tails with the Cram, which is good for us. Meloetta comes down. Oh, that's not Meloetta. That's the put me in the pit. All right, tablet. Okay. So 240, 270. Then he hit 2 more. Boss order my other Ice Rider. Okay. Retreat to Mew. DTE for knockout. Rotom Phone. Alright, so now I'm gonna put down Empoleon, boss this. Boss the other Mew, actually. No, I think we bossed the Genesect. I think bossing the Genesect's better so they can't draw as many cards next turn. Yeah, I think that's fine. I think we boss the other Genesect, take a knockout on it. Because they can't knock out this pretty easily, so that's nice. Yeah, I think that's fine. So it goes down to 4. What's in a Palkia? We just need to find a water energy here. Bro, where's my water energies? There's 2. 6. Let's quick ball the Bidoof. Yo, I thought we prized the Palkia V. Oh, we prized the VSTAR then. Yeah. And then Ultra Ball. Discard these 2 to find the Crobat. And then Crobat for 6. Alright, beautiful. So we'll bucket for the waters. Attach a water. Retreat. Max Lance, discard 2. Okay, so go down to 2. Soon have a ball. Palkia VSTAR. Okay. My hand's kind of too clunky. But we'll see what we can do with this. Trekking shoes. Okay. Meloetta. Sparkle. I mean, they're not going to one-shot the Ice Rider, and they have to play catcher this turn if they want to take a knockout. Okay. Okay. At least, yeah, I don't think they can take a knockout. Ultra Ball. Okay. They don't need Evolve. Okay, they did. Okay, that's good for us. That's really good for us. Meloetta. Melody Echo. Okay. And victory. Why victory? I don't know why they victoried us. I think they were still in good shape, right? Because I think they had already played 3. I don't know. I probably would have went Melony on the bench plus attach to the active. Swung into Meloetta trying to find boss order for the next turn. So we didn't have the boss order to win immediately. It did look good for us. So. Alright, on to game number 2. We'll probably just play 2 games. The video is already 26 minutes long. Most of it was just me just explaining my match and my deck and stuff like that. Hopefully it's not another Mew matchup, because I really don't like playing this matchup. The whole point of this deck is to beat Arceus and to beat Palkia. Alright, this hand's really good. It's really good. Sojourner. Oh, dude, we're golden. We're golden, man. We're golden. This is a good matchup, too. On these like weird decks, we are good against them. Go ahead and just start putting pressure on him. We go double Palkia, Ultra Ball for Bibarel, and we have a making of a good game, right? What's that card do? Okay, 20 less damage. He better evolve this thing, or he's just gonna lose. And there you go, copy for 8. Because like we constantly do like damage over and over again. So, hammer. Okay. Hammers are relevant right now. So, Zora, I thought you were on top of my chair already. And Boo Shake, do we win? We would win, but we don't have Leon in the deck. So no, we don't win just yet. I do want to thin my hand as much as possible. Okay. Yeah, the most we can do is 280. Oh, we have Tool Scrapper. We win, don't we? Oh, we have Tool Scrapper, Josh. But look at this turn, too. I mean, we did have a lot of cards. And there we go. No, I did the math wrong. Oh, because it's this one. Stop, Zora. Hello? I forgot about Stone Energy. Oh, well. Our hand's still good. Our hand's still really good. I don't see how we lose this matchup. Full face guard, okay. Hyper Potion. Okay. There we go. Okay. I did not expect the Marnie. We can go Water, Lumineon, Melony. But if they don't have a fighting energy here, we win. Do they have the fighting? And they do. Alrighty. Oh, wait, no, we win, don't we? Because now they can't do anything, right? Yeah, because we did 280. No. 280, 260. Yeah, we win, don't we? I think we for sure win this time. Right? Stone Journey. Easy. This is like the same thing with Duraludon. You just like put so much pressure with Ice Rider. So much. Yo, if your opponent's molding you that much, you're gold. You're good. You're golden. But yeah, there's Ice Rider, Palkia, Ice Rider, Palkia, Bibarel. I think the deck is really good. Some things that I would consider going forward is if you don't think Regigigas is gonna be that big a problem, you can cut the Empoleon. It might be enough just for the Collapsed Stadium plus Roxanne. That might be enough to win the game. I don't know. I haven't tested that much with it. The cool thing about it against Regigigas is you can always ride to the High King, so it does take knockouts on them. So that's pretty neat. So that could be something you cut going forward as Empoleon for maybe the third path to the peak. Could be something you could do. But outside of that, I like the deck a lot. Maybe Leon to get around Tool Jammer. But everything else is like pretty much needed in the deck. I like the list a lot. I've had a lot of fun. Maybe cut the second balloon, I guess. But you don't play switching cards. That could be somewhat problematic. You could maybe cut the Raihan, like I said. That is situational. But it's always cool to like Lumineon for Raihan, for Tool Scrapper, for game or something like that. That is something you can always do with this deck. So I don't know. There's like weird things that you could do with the Raihan, but I can see if you don't like it. Also, if you cut the Empoleon, you can maybe cut Hisuian Heavy Ball. You know, is Radiant Greninja enough to use it? Like, is the front of the Radiant Greninja enough? Maybe not. I don't know. The main reason I play Heavy Ball 2 is because I can see my price cards, and I don't have to like memorize them because I can just see what's in there. So that's really good. That is another cuttable card. So this cuttable, the Raihan's cuttable, the Empoleon V is cuttable. So that gives you 3 extra spots to do whatever you want with the deck. Like I said, maybe a third Path Peak that could be really good against Mew and stuff like that. Maybe Leon could be really good too. Outside of that, I think the deck's really good. It's really fun. It's really consistent. I like it a lot. And yeah, maybe Cheryl. Cheryl could be really good in this deck too. Just because you can Cheryl plus Palkia to get back the damage, the energies. I mean, if you don't know what I'm talking about, just in case. This right here. So could be really good. Could be really spicy. Smack some extra Ice Rider. You don't care. You already discarded the energies. Cheryl plus Palkia. You're good to go. There's a lot of weird combos you can do with this. I want people to experiment with this deck more, but everybody just cares about Palkia and cares about Arceus now. I do think Arceus is probably still the best deck. I had to talk to somebody over the weekend, and they were like, why aren't you playing Arceus? It basically should be your favorite Pokemon right now. And I was like, I know, I probably should be playing Arceus. But we played this deck instead because we did so bad at full grip with Arceus. So, I don't know. We'll see. Worlds is coming up soon. I'm not going to the World Championship, but I like to test and pretend like I am. Pokemon goes in that set, so we'll see what changes. But guys, hope you enjoyed the video. Hope you enjoyed my little breakdown of Ice Rider, Palkia, Storytime with Josh. Yeah. Hit that subscribe button. Bye-bye.